Now, the annual Founder of Year Awards, which rewards innovator founders, is set to see an increase in the number of entries set for this year, with innovation in technology solutions expected to lead the pack. Now, the awards are given to innovative founders whose businesses have the most potential to be profitable. Jimmy Mangano was at the unveiling of entries, and he has more for us.
Well, indeed, thank you very much, and a very good afternoon to you two carriers. Today we are speaking about the issue of entrepreneurs in the country, just the FOYA Awards, which I expected to come up in the near future, just trying to sort of encourage entrepreneurs in the country to be able to take up new opportunities, to be able to encourage even the youth at the university levels to come up with entrepreneurial ideas, and they will be sort of getting partners. So this is what is expected to happen in terms of for your company to be eligible for these awards. Number one, you need to have at least existed for 1 year to be able to be eligible for these awards. And again, there are about 14 categories for entrepreneurs under 30 and entrepreneurs under 40, just to sort of make this even bigger going forward. So the idea is also to move these awards across East Africa, not just Kenya. And just to paint a picture of what to expect for the FOYA Awards 2020, I will be joined by Innocent, who's the founder of FOYA. Innocent, thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's talk about the FOYA Awards first of all, in terms of the opportunities that they bring for entrepreneurs. What do I expect soon as I sort of log into this or submit myself for these awards?
Yeah. Well, as you submit yourself for consideration for nomination, what will happen, of course, our selection panel will go through these names to make sure that they verify that your business exists and it meets our criteria. Then once they're satisfied with that, then we'll be able to release the final list of these nominees for public participation, and that's voting. And then once now we're done with that voting, of course, we'll have a selection panel again. We're calling it now the voting panel to also go through that to make sure that they're 40%, because we talked about 60% of this is determined by the public through public voting, then 40% is determined by the voting panel. I mean, also winning this award, Founder of the Year Awards, opens doors for you, and that's ultimately what we want people to do. We are trying to bring a lot of partners onto this. We are also looking forward to more partners joining this to see how can these partners help us scale these businesses from where they are at this point to be able to be probably 10 times bigger than what they are. And that kind of help really needs a lot of partners to be on board, yes.
All right, you've spoken about the panel contributing about 40% for you to be able to win this. In terms of the metrics that you will be looking at for each company, of course, there are specific issues that we expect to be considered. What are some of these issues?
Well, the first thing that what makes FOYA unique ultimately is that we focus on young people. And as I said before, it's because we are the majority, not just in Kenya, but also in Africa. But we are also the same people facing the problem of unemployment, you know. So the things that we're looking at they're not going to be based on how big the company is in terms of monetary value or the scale, but we're going to look at impact. What is the impact this business is creating in the community? How many job opportunities are you creating in your community? Is this business scalable to create more opportunities in your community? Can we expand it beyond just Nairobi or Kenya to Uganda, to Tanzania, to Rwanda, to South Africa? Yeah. So those are the core pillars of what FOYA stands for. Now, these other things that we'll be looking at are just extra, but the basic one is impact, opportunities created, and scalability.
All right, and of course you've been doing this for the last 3 years, and so going forward we expect, and especially of young entrepreneurs, we've seen a lot of them venturing into the tech side, and also the issues of fashion coming up as a little bit. So going forward, are these still some of the categories that you see a lot of entries?
Yeah, of course. A lot of young people are in fashion, they're in tech, they're getting into agribusiness. People actually find that hard to believe, but that's actually what's happening. We're having a lot of young entrepreneurs in social entrepreneurship, so they're taking an initiative into businesses and ideas that actually have an impact in the community and bringing change. So ultimately what we are trying to build here, FOYA, is beyond just an award, but to be an ecosystem and a platform that is building these businesses and creating impact. So to scale that, of course, we're looking at having services and value that is beyond recognizing, but having real impact in this business and helping scale them. Yeah.
All right, and maybe we can bring Jimmy into this conversation. Jimmy, one of the things that we've seen a lot of young entrepreneurs struggling with is the issue of copyright issues and the ideas. How then, from where you sit as a lawyer, how do we make sure that some of these ideas, they will not just be taken up by someone else and sort of make them lose out on the opportunities?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Jimmy Mangano. I'm a lawyer. I operate a law firm here in Nairobi by the name MOJ Attorneys, and I'm a strategic partner and advisor to the FOYA Awards. So Innocent is my friend. I actually just met him a few months ago, and I really bought into the vision that he has for this. One of the things we are doing, and why him and I connected on this, is just we can find ways to connect with other people, partners, corporates, organizations, entrepreneurs, investors who can come in and scale this to the next level. So as he mentioned, it's not just about an award ceremony. You hold it once in a year and then you move on and plan for the next one. But we're holding the hands of these young entrepreneurs to scale their businesses to the next level. So they need money, they need guidance, they need expertise, and they need these people to actually come in and support their businesses as well. And also governments, right? So one of the key things also we're planning to do is to engage with government entities as well, so the registrars and so on, to help us. And to answer your question, definitely copyright, intellectual property matters are very key to businesses, especially when talking about startups. You come up with a very novel idea. You do a song, for instance, like we have entertainer of the year, for instance. You have a song that has hit across the board. You need to secure those rights to that music. If somebody goes and infringes those rights, then you lose out on the money that you mint from your idea and your innovation. So what we help also is from a legal perspective, and that's why I'm actually here to support FOYA, is to find those areas where if we find entrepreneurs and they need legal advice, we also offer it to them and connect them also with other lawyers who can help them, especially in those other countries and in Kenya as well. So it's very important. I think it's a very good question that you asked. Intellectual property matters are very key. Many young people are not aware that, they come up with very creative ideas. These guys are very creative. Every single day they come up with ideas that can revolutionize this country. And so we are willing and ready to help them. So it's not just about copyrights, also trademarks, for instance. We're talking about patents and so on and so forth. So let them come up with an idea. We will help them to register and protect their rights.
And indeed, that is a good place to end it in the interest of time. And Carol, as you have had it right there, so the opening starts today. You can submit your entries beginning today, and for the next 3 weeks, they will be accepting these through the FOYA website. So we'll be looking into the details of the procedure later on in our subsequent bulletins. But for now, back to you.
Well, thank you, Jimmy Mbogo.